on, guys? So, have my Switch here, not for anything really important aside from the fact that I want to play it. But Wolfenstein 2 is in the headwaves again. Much like, what is that other game? Far Cry 5, I believe? Made headwaves about it being about religion and religious nuts in some area. Wolfenstein 2 is making headwaves in sort of the same way. It's now because of Nazis and the Nazi regime. Now, I've not really talked politics much on my channel, but I know politics are a hot button. Like, people will either lose their mind or will agree with you or kind of agree with you, but still it's a hot button to press. Now, with people losing their collective shits over politics, I'm going to try to keep this as easy as possible. Okay? The Nazis happened. That's the thing. It happened. Much like the Ku Klux Klan is a thing and happened as well and still reside in the United States, and there's chapters of the Ku Klux Klan scattered amongst everywhere. This is not anything, nor should be acted upon as a surprise to anybody. Okay? You should not lose your collective shit over anything. Should it make you indifferent about buying a game? I don't really think so, considering this is Wolfenstein 2. If you played the first one, then you know what to expect. Just because it's 2017 going into 2018 when the game will launch is in 2018, just because it's all of 2018 when the game comes out doesn't mean you're an all new person. Just because we have social justice warriors who want to make every little detail and everything that has ever happened act like it doesn't happen doesn't mean you need to act like that's the way it is. No, be smarter than that. Okay? The Holocaust happened. The Nazi regime happened. World War II happened. If these things piss you off, then don't support Call of Duty, which is entitled World War II. You feel me? I mean, seriously, if Wolfenstein 2 pisses you off that much, shouldn't you be against Call of Duty World War II? I'm just pointing out the oxymoron syndrome that is, I'm against the Nazis, but I'm against video games depicting a character killing Nazis. You see how that would play off as kind of ironic and making you seem like the moron here, because you're kind of going off in a weird direction of, I'm okay with buying historical games like Call of Duty World War II, even Call of Duty, in fact. I'm even okay with buying games like what was that? Conflict Desert Storm, which depicts you yourself killing Saddam Hussein. You're okay with all that. But Wolfenstein 2, you're not okay with because you're killing Nazis. Even though you were killing Nazis in the first Wolfenstein. Hell, you were okay with Blood Rain, where you killed Nazis. Do you see why this presents a problem? Because it's not the first game where this happened. Do you see why I call you an oxymoron? Do you see why I call you a hypocrite? Do you see why I call you kind of an idiot? This is not the first game like this. Get over yourself. Just because it's going to be all of 2018 and you have these groups out here twisting your mind, think for yourself. I know it's hard to do because it's 2018 and you have all kinds of left wings and social justice warriors telling you how to think, and you've forgotten how to think. But go look at your catalog of games, look at the history of games in which you yourself have played. Look at Grand Theft Auto 5. For fuck's sakes, you waterboarded guy, and a lot of people have played it, and don't tell me, oh, well, we traded it in as soon as it happened. Bullshit. That game hasn't done anything to slow down sales. The game is still selling like hotcakes and is like surpassed a lot of games in sales. So don't tell me that a game that depicts you waterboarding a guy and then like literally smashing him in the nuts with a big ass wrench does nothing to you but shooting Nazis offends you. There are so many games out there where they depict and have morally, like, oh my god moments, but you still play them, you still buy them. But this is something that has you literally losing your minds. I hope somebody collectively slaps the shit out of you for being fucking stupid. I personally didn't play Wolfenstein. I don't really care for Wolfenstein 2, but I don't really care for a lot of games. But that's just me. Did I play Blood Rain? Yes. Did I play Blood Rain 2? No, because I played Legacy of Kain. Did I play Call of Duty on GameCube? Absolutely. So am I offended by any of this? No. Am I surprised by it? Not really. Should you be? No. Why are you letting the mass media and the social justice warriors and the left-wing liberals twist your thoughts here into thinking that this type of shit isn't okay? Grand Theft Auto 5, really high selling game from last gen into this one, still selling really well, content still coming out. Again, you waterboard a guy, then you crush his nuts with that big ass wrench, and you don't find anything objective to that. When you get to that point in the game, nobody goes, nope, I'm not playing this anymore, and sells it back. You continue to play that game because you still play it online. Don't give me that bullshit. Okay? People still play it. So don't try to subject me to your bullshit, okay? If it wasn't, then the servers wouldn't be active, or they still would be active, but the online community sure shit wouldn't be as big as it is. They wouldn't be coming out with content as actively as they are because the community would not be as massive as it is. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Just because you, 1 or 2 or 10 people may have a problem with what this game entails does not mean that it should collectively affect everything. Understand? I personally have a problem with Konami. I have a problem with the Mass Effect boss. I don't buy the game, but I don't go and, cause a whole scene about it. I just tell people why I'm not going to buy it. I tell people, no, I don't support that. Get what I'm saying? And then if people go, well, what about the people who don't have anything to do with that person? No, they do, because they work for him. They know because they work for him. They don't have to work for him. They can put him in that unemployed spot by not working for him. That's how that gets handled. Okay? But they don't do that. So they physically support him by actually working for him. I don't support him by not buying the game. I don't support them by not buying the game. That's how I handle it. But with Wolfenstein 2, this is nothing new. Why you're acting like it's brand new, why you're acting like this is a big deal, is beyond me. Do I have plans on buying the game? Not really, but that's because I'm not into Wolfenstein. It's got nothing to do with the content of the game. I don't care, nor should you. If you played the first one, buy the second one. I actually might buy it because it's coming to the Switch, but the content in which the game is will not affect why I would buy it. If anything, it's because it's going to be on the Switch, and I might enjoy it because, like I said, I never played the first one. The only thing I know is I think it's a first-person shooter game, and those are not really my forte of games. I don't really care for first-person shooter games. So that's my whole take on them. Do I care about them? Not really. I play Halo casually, like very casually. I turn it on maybe once a month at best. And then I play Call of Duty maybe once every 6 months or even once every year, depending on how I feel. I don't play first-person shooters like that. So again, these are games that kind of go way under my radar just because I really don't care. It's not because of the content in them. I don't care. But I don't let these articles affect my train of thinking? Do I care the content of Far Cry 5? Absolutely not. Do I care the content of Wolfenstein 2? Absolutely not. If they were more extreme, would it catch my attention? Absolutely not. Should it affect your judgment of the game? Absolutely not. If it's something you're into, buy it. If it's not, then don't. But don't let news sources like Cheat Code Central or GameRanters.com or Worldwide Gaming affect how you see these type of games, because this is not the first time this has happened, and that is what I want you to understand first and foremost, because all these news articles, all these social justice warriors and everything would have you believe Wolfenstein 2 is the most extreme of extremes with the worst type of message possible. And we're living in a society right now in 2017 where we want to make believe that the past never happened. We want to make believe the Roman Empire didn't happen, that people were not slaves and forced to kill one another for our amusement, that slavery never happened, that the Civil War never happened. We want to make believe all this shit never happened in our past, but we cannot actually erase that. That is something that happened. No matter how you may feel, no matter if you feel some type of way about it or not, these things happened. Okay? This game is gonna come out, and just because you and a small group of people may feel some type of way about it, too damn bad. There are plenty of games that definitely go against the grain that are probably 100 times worse than this one game. And chances are you own one of them. So before you go blasting Wolfenstein 2, take a good hard look at your game catalog, because I guarantee you own one, and one of them is Grand Theft Auto 5. Think about how many copies of that game are in the wild right now, and chances are you own it. I'm just pointing it out. Just pointing it out. If you disagree with me, fuck it. You can hit dislike all you want to. I really don't care. I'm just going and arguing the simple fact because I'm tired of hearing people talk about, is Wolfenstein 2 going to be affected because of the message in the game? I hope not. I hope not. And like I said, I don't plan on buying it. And you're hearing it from a guy who doesn't plan on buying it. Until next time, you guys, deuces.